Hi everybody and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Tuesday the 18th of December. It's a pleasure to be with you today. I'm using the amazing Sorcerer's Tarot, which is so beautiful. Let's have a look at what the cards want you to be aware of, what the energy is all about, and what you'll be working with. So we have the Eight of Wands, the Ten of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. Right, interesting. Okay, sorcery gone wrong. All right, so this is the Sorcerer's Tarot. So remember that that's the angle we've got here. Everyone's a sorcerer, everyone has power, and that's quite a nice concept for a tarot deck because we are all sorcerers. We may not be able to magically make trees grow, but we can manifest things into reality by maintaining a constructive frame of mind, by connecting with our higher selves, and by listening to the guidance that we receive to create and manifest the things that we want. So first of all, the Eight of Wands is news coming in. And again, this is a card that came up either yesterday or the day before, is news coming into your life that is really going to have an empowering effect on you. So this sorcerer, first of all, he's protected by this living tree. So wands here is represented as these rods, but these tree branches. And not only are his passions something that can create this sun. That's the dream for all scientists, isn't it? That they can create this, I don't know, is it called fusion? Where they create this self-sustaining sun that can operate as eternal energy for us here on planet Earth. So instead of using petrol and gas and electricity and coal and oil, if we were able to create these little suns, then we would be able to energize the whole planet. So the Eight of Wands is news coming in that will make you feel protected. They will make you feel passionate, and it's a passion that is natural and organic, and it makes you feel unbeatable. It makes you feel like you can do anything. And this young sorcerer here, he has mastered this ability to create a self-sustaining energy source that really is the ultimate achievement. So there's news coming into your life. Yes, there was the Eight of Wands in yesterday's reading as well. So there are news coming in which help you create something unique, and it's something that makes you feel alive and super excited, and it feels natural, organic, and it feels calm. So you can trust it. Make sure that you pay attention to what you're listening to. That doesn't make sense. Listen to what comes in. Be vigilant in terms of your feelings, in terms of signs that you may receive, dreams that you may have, specific words that you overhear that are very meaningful. A message is going to come in via the real world. It's going to fill you with fire, and it's going to say, oh wow, now that I have the information, I can actually do this unique, wonderful thing. The next card is the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords is usually a man lying face down, 10 swords in his back, and he's been betrayed. In this deck, it's a human sacrifice. This sorcerer feels like he has to kill this young woman to make his magic happen, and that's really hitting rock bottom. So power has overtaken him. It's destroyed his ethics, his moral compass, and he's so greedy for power. His thoughts have become so muddied, and he's lost his perspective over the years, that he's willing to do anything, including murdering an innocent. She's in this white dress. So just for the sake of power, he's willing to kill, And that really is rock bottom, you know? Once you get to the point where you're murdering people for personal gain, you've really hit rock bottom. I mean, that's a very difficult one to bounce back from. So in case of this energy here, which gives you fire and passion, that's the way to create power. And there's a lot of power in this card, isn't there? You can see that sun being created. This is a card which is completely the opposite. And that is really the theme of the last couple of days, that there's conflicting energy which we have to try and balance so that we can continue on. Power versus complete powerlessness. He is using his thinking. Swords represent the element of air, which is thought, ideas, and he thinks that if he kills this poor young woman, that he's going to get his magic back and he's going to be powerful. The power that comes into you today isn't from your thoughts, isn't from figuring things out. It's by simply feeling and looking at what makes you feel passionate and enthusiastic and full of joy and what makes you happy. So one of these ideas comes in. So for instance, you overhear someone saying, I've just enrolled in university. I'm going to be a teacher in a year. And you're like, boom, that is the information I needed to overhear to realize that my natural talent, my power lies in teaching other people. And I've never realized that before. And just the idea of teaching other people, for example, fills me with this huge sense of power. And I'm now going to pursue that. So that's listening to the inner fire rather than trying to figure things out on a thought level. The final card is the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is this young sorcerer. He's got his magic potion there. And I don't know what he was trying to do, but I think it's gone a little bit awry because his legs have turned into tree trunks. And I don't think he wanted to become Pinocchio, nor did he want to be stuck, because now it's going to be hard to move. So the Nine of Wands indicates that the worst is behind you, okay? So he screwed up this magic potion. The effect is going to wear off in a couple of hours. The worst is behind him. He's not going to, the roots aren't going to spread deeply into the earth and root him down there forever. The effects are going to wear off after a while. So the worst is behind you. Only if you skip this card. Otherwise, you can really get yourself into trouble. All right, that makes sense. So, again, listen to your inner fire, what excites you. And if you do that, you're going to be able to skip this card and get here and say, oh, before I realized that I wanted to be a teacher, I was messing around with all of these other jobs, all of these other things that I thought were going to fill me with fire and they were going to interest me. But thank goodness the worst is behind me now, because I overheard someone saying they're going to enroll as a teacher. I'm going to do the same, and that fills me with fire. If you don't do that today, and if you use your mind and your intellect to try and figure things out, i.e., you don't listen to the universe and you don't really surrender and you don't allow other people or your guides or your angels to work with you, and you decide that you know it all, you're the boss when it comes to thinking, you make decisions, no one else knows better than you, you're the center of the universe. If that's the attitude, then the worst is not behind you and you're going to keep screwing up. So do yourself a favor, take your thinking out of the equation and go straight to listening to exciting and joyful and hopeful messages or signs that you see. Listen to those. Go with the one that makes you feel most joyous and powerful, and you'll be able to let go of past mistakes. You can heal and regenerate and find a new direction, a new sun to kind of move towards, so that you can feel the warmth and the power and the hope and the sunshine and the light and all the beautiful things in the world. And the only thing that you have to be willing to do to receive that is say, I am not the be all and end all. I still have something to learn. Even if I'm 93 years old, I don't know everything there is to know, and I can still be surprised. All I have to do is be willing to learn, willing to grow, and some people aren't. Some people say, do you know what? I'm retired now. I have done enough. I am not open to any new ideas. I really don't care. I want to rest and I want to just be at peace and just relax. Fine. That's a choice you can make, but obviously nothing's going to grow out of that choice. So this is the way forward today. Just what makes you happy. Follow what makes you happy in a very simple sense. And don't think that you have all the answers, because you don't. And if you do listen to your thoughts, you may find that you start to make the unacceptable acceptable today. It's like, I have to find a way forward. So this murder is, you know, just something I have to do to get my power back. You rationalize terrible things. I mean, in this case, it's a huge exaggeration. But for instance, in work, you're like, well, I want to get the next position. So there's absolutely nothing wrong in sabotaging my colleagues who are up for the same job, and by discrediting them and character assassination through spreading gossip or misinformation. There's nothing wrong with that, because I want to move ahead. There's the potential to lose your moral compass, and there is something wrong with assassinating other people's characters or lying about them or spreading rumors or killing other people. That is wrong. So make sure that you don't kind of lose your way here today because your ambition outweighs your ethics and your code of conduct, and really just realize that you're not the center of the universe. Listen to what comes in naturally and what makes you happy, and you'll realize that there's a way forward, even if it's not always easy, but at least you can see the light, the joy at the end of the tunnel. And you don't have to resort to nasty tricks or communicating in an awful way or, you know, harming other people to get what you want. All of that, if you do any of that, it comes back to you. If you send out negative energy to someone, like if someone wrongs you and you say, okay, I'm going to curse that person, I'm going to send them all the hate and misery in the world so that you get what's coming to them, what you're doing is you're sending out energy which will come back to you threefold. The Wiccans are very clued in on this concept because that's a different form of manifestation. You can send people love and light and you'll get love and light back, but you can also send them hatred and negativity, and believe me, you'll get that hatred and negativity back in your life by other people treating you badly and negative things happening. So don't even go there. Don't bother with creating negativity. You're just harming yourself. 8 and 10 is 18. Wait. 10 and 9 is 19 and 8 is 27. 2 and 7 is 9. 9 is spirituality and completion. So don't think. Defer to something bigger, wiser than yourself, whether it's nature or whether it's your spiritual practice or whether it's sport that gets you in the zone and that allows you to feel, or whether it's music or art that allows you to kind of get in touch with your higher self. Whatever it is, do that and you'll realize a way forward that's going to be more positive than what you've been doing so far. So this is a great day to discover what your life purpose is. If you struggle with that and you'd like some help, then please get in touch with me for a personal reading. In my personal readings, I use the tarot, numerology, and astrology. The astrology charts in particular I draw it by using your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, don't worry. Get in touch via the website. I can rectify your chart to find out what your time of birth is. Once that's there, I draw up your chart, which is a blueprint of your soul. It shows me what your life purpose is. It shows me what your vocational aptitudes are, what you're talented at, and what you're not so talented at, where there's room to grow, what your strengths and weaknesses are, where you've been in past lifetimes, what's destined for you in this lifetime, what's coming up in love and romance, money, health, family connections, travel, education, career, promotions, fame, anything at all. So if you have any questions, get in touch for a personal reading and I can answer your questions there. If you like my videos, please hit the subscribe button and share the video on your socials like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. And I'll speak to you tomorrow.